Welcome to the Wake Up and Unleash podcast for women who've experienced success but are now in a frustrating plateau, feeling stuck and alone. For women who are ready to take their business to another level without sacrificing what matters most, our health, our family, and our sanity. So, through real discussions and raw dialogue, we'll share tools and strategies to break that plateau and unleash your power and fire so that you can crush it in business and in life. Here's your host, Carla Sandoval.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Wake Up and Unleash. This is Carla Sandoval, your entrepreneur and leadership coach. We are halfway into the year 2024, and I have a question for you, and I'm going to ask myself the same question. How are you doing? How are we doing with our goals, with the intentions that we set for ourselves in the beginning of the year? How are we doing? So last week, I had the opportunity to go to my monthly training there down in Dana Point. And every time we get together with our coach, the first, maybe like hour or two, we always do this return and report. Now, I have got to be honest with you. Every time we do it, I'm like, we're doing this again. Like I understand the value of seeing what we've done and what we haven't done. But my little brain is like, can we just get with the program here? Can we just start with the program and start like learning things, doing things? And it was so crazy because our coach, he had us do like the first, hour or so. We looked at, what did we accomplish or didn't accomplish in 3 domains out of the 4. And then we came back in the room, we shared and everything, came back in the room. And then he's like, okay, now we're going to go into the business segment of it. And this is Coach Sergio. And then Coach Garrett comes to the front and goes, hold up. And I swear this guy must be psychic because I know I was thinking this. I was thinking, man, do we really have to do this again? And Coach Garrett comes up and he says, okay, I have a question for you guys. Why do we take time to do this? And everybody shouted out different answers. And, so we had a discussion about this. And I love what he said because I think I needed to hear it. And that is that when you are a producer and you are a doer and you're somebody that likes to go, a lot of the times we don't want to stop, to reflect, to think, to plan. We just want to go, execute. Let's get things done. Yeah. We'll plan some things and then we just got to go. And there's like this sense of impatience that is inside of us. And I was like, oh my gosh, he is completely reading my mind. And, when he said all this, he probably spent like a good 30 minutes talking to us and telling us I'm sure we know this, but sometimes what we know is not always like, how do I say this? Like sometimes what we know, we need to be reminded of the things we already know. Because what happened was when he started talking about how important it was for us to stop and analyze and think about what we did, he said, sometimes you will get more done by slowing down than just going. And when he said that, I was like, wait, what? How's that possible? And I understand this, but to understand and to comprehend and live it and experience it is a whole nother thing. So as he started saying that, I started to think about, where I wanted to contribute this to you. Where are you in your life? Where are you? Where are you with the goals that you set for yourself at the beginning of the year? Because one thing I know is true is that if we don't stop to analyze and to reflect and evaluate, where are we and where are we in according to where we thought we would be by now? If we don't stop to do that, another month goes by and another month goes by and another month goes by. And next thing you know it, here's December. And you're like, okay, well, I'm going to set my goals next month for January for 2025. So it's not too late. If you are behind, it's not too late to make the pivots, make the turns, make the changes to finish the year strong. So that's what we're going to be talking about today is how can you go from wherever you are in the first 6 months of 2024 and finish the year strong not only in your business, but finish your year strong with your body. Finish your year strong with your spirituality. Finish your year strong with your relationships. Finish your year strong with your business. Like, we are going to finish strong in all the areas of our lives. Because in my personal beliefs is that that is where true success lies. Not just scoring in business and having everything else like I did in the past be ignored. And then you're like, oh, I got to catch up. My health, my business is doing good, but oh my gosh, I let myself go. I'm not making time to go to the gym or to do yoga or to meditate or whatever things make you feel great with your body. Oh my gosh, I forgot God. What God? I don't go to church. I don't meditate. I don't talk to God. And like in relationships, oh my gosh, my kids, I'm so disconnected. And like all these things, we can start creating this world of chaos, all in pursuit for our goals and our dreams, etc. Right? So that is what I'm going to talk to you guys today is how can we finish the year strong? How can we look at what are the gaps that you have right now in your life? And what can we do to start closing those gaps so you can finish the year strong? We're 6 months in and we got 6 months to go. It's not too late to make some pivots, some turns, and some shifts to finish the year the way you intended to finish it in the beginning of the year, or at least be closer than if you do nothing now. So if you're ready for this episode, say in your mind, okay, I am ready. Okay, guys, so here's what we're going to do. The first thing, okay, I know you're probably driving or doing something while you're listening to this, okay? But when you can, I'm going to invite you to grab a piece of paper and a pen. You might need to go back and listen to this podcast again because I'm going to literally give you a step-by-step formula that I have used. I'm not saying this is the way, but this is the thing I have used to be able to really get me to go, to get me to move, to make the adjustments, okay? So let's start with this. Number one, what is the code for your life? What is the code you want to live by? So if you're like, what is that, Carla? So let me explain, okay? So what is the code for your life? In other words, what are the non-negotiables that you are going to put in place to make sure you win in all the areas of your life? What is the code of your life to make sure you show up the best version of you in all the areas of your life? You are not a one-dimensional person. We are a full-dimensional human being. So we not only have our personal life, we have our business life, we have our relationship life, we have our spiritual life, we have our hobby life. Like we have so many different things that make who we are, right? And so if you start to think about your life as a whole, there are so many different components of you, and there are so many different aspects of your life. So when I say what is the code for your life, I mean, what are those non-negotiables that no matter what, you are going to set in place to make sure you finish this year strong? What are those non-negotiables that you're going to put in place to make sure you win in this game of life? So I'll share with you some of mine. Okay. Maybe it'll spark some of yours. So last week when I was doing this, I thought as I was driving back home, I thought, I need to put new measures in place. So these are the 4 that I said. I need to establish a different belief system, a new belief system. I need to create new stories. I need to create new rules, and I need to create new laws for my life. So if you start to think about like, if you can shift your beliefs, your stories, your rules and your laws, and shift them to a new set of beliefs, a new set of stories, a new set of rules, and a new set of laws that will actually get you closer to your goal, you're going to have a better chance of scoring. Because here's the deal, right? I wish I could like draw something, but I know you guys are listening to this on audio, but maybe I'll do something and I'll put it on my YouTube channel because I feel that it's so valuable to have a visual of this, but that is just visualize this. Who you are today, let's just call it person A. And you want to become person B. You want to become that version of yourself as that person B. And that person B has got to have new beliefs, because the beliefs that you incur right now, the beliefs that you have right now, have you acting, being, and doing and having the things that you currently have. So if I want to have a different reality, I have to change and transform how I think, how I process stuff, how I do things, the actions I take. Like I need to shift into a whole new world. And I know this is easier said than done because because I'm 46 right now, and I've been doing 46 for 46 years. So if I want the next 4 years to be dramatically different, if I want to walk into my 50th birthday, I can't believe that. But if I want to walk into my 50th birthday, I got 3.5 years to go for my 50th birthday. Oh my gosh, if you put it like that, that's making, okay, so this is a message to me, okay? If I want to walk into my 50th birthday, a whole new version of myself, I must kill, not literally, but kill off who I am today and reinvent myself. I'm not a tree, like Jim Rohn says. I can literally say how my life will go. And I could say, walking into my 50th birthday, I want XYZ for my body. And in order for that to happen, these are the beliefs I need to have. These are the stories I need to tell myself. These are the rules that I need to set for myself. And these are the laws that are not negotiable if I want to walk into that 50th birthday as this version of myself. So I share this with you. I'm going to give you a formula how to do this. But step number 1 is I want you to think about, where are you? So here at Wake Up and Unleash, we focus on 4 areas. We focus on body, on your being, in other words, your spirituality. We focus on your balance, in other words, your relationships, and we focus on business. So if those 4 work for you, adapt them. If not, choose 4 or choose several domains that you're going to focus on, because you cannot just focus on business or just body. Like this, you can't be fit and broke, and you can't be broke and sick. Like, doesn't work. Okay. I mean, I guess, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So number 1, okay, grab those 4 domains. For me, it's body, being, balance, and business. So what are they for you? Now, once you have those, we're going to take one by one and we're going to say, okay, great. Where am I right now when it comes to my body? So you're going to get one piece of paper, and on the top of that, put body, and then write down, where am I in my body? And get ruthlessly honest with yourself and say the truth about, where are you with your body? Where's your weight at? Where's your body fat at? Like, how do you feel? Your fatigue, your hormones, your sexual drive, your energy, your sleeping patterns, your vitality, your vitamins, your nutrients. Like, where are you when it comes to your body? Like, nothing but real, raw truth. Then, number 2, where do you want to be by the end of this year? Where do you want to be by the end of 2024? Like, where do you want to be? So that's the second thing you're going to look at, okay? You're going to write it down. Number 3, you're going to write down, you're going to look at that. You're going to look at where you are, and you're going to look at where you want to go. In other words, you're going to look at where you are is A, where you want to go is B. Now, the third question is, what's missing in the presence of which, if you had, would make a difference? In other words, what's missing that if it wasn't missing, if you had it, it would make a difference, in this case, in the body? What's missing? Okay. Number 4, what do you know? And I would capitalize that word, KNOW. What do you know you need and must? That's the word. What do you know that you need and must do in order to accomplish, in this particular case, this body, this goals, that B version of you? So let's just take an example. So for example, let's say you want to lose 20 pounds by the end of the year. So you're going to write down everything where you are right now, right? Where you want to go, describe it. Don't just say 20 pounds. Be like, I want to be 20 pounds and have optimum health, of energy, of vitality, of sexual drive. My sleeping is on point. I'm well rested, etc. You just write it all in, okay? All the version of who you are. Then you're going to look at A and B, A being where you are, B where you want to go. and you're going to look at what's missing in the presence of which, if I had, it would make a difference. Like, what's missing? Then you're going to look at that and say, okay, what do I need and must? What do I know I need and must do in order to accomplish, in this case, B? In order to accomplish this set of life rules, laws, beliefs, etc. Like, what do I need in order to accomplish this goal? And when you look at that, okay, I'm going to share with you what I did. When you look at that, I want you to come from a place of abundance. Don't start to think like, what do I need? A coach. Oh, but how am I going to hire a coach? I don't have the money. No. Don't worry about the how. You got to write down, what do you know you need and must do in order to accomplish this goal? So if you start to look at that, okay, what's going to happen is you're going to start to have maybe some things in your head saying, well, how am I going to get that? I don't know. I don't have the money. Anytime you have those limiting thoughts or beliefs or feelings, just move them to the side. Just say, okay, I'm going to put that to the side. Thank you very much for sharing. And just keep writing, keep writing, keep writing. Because here's what I will tell you. When you are clear about what is missing, and when you are clear in that you know about what you know you need and must do, I promise you, it's almost like the blindfolds come off your eyes. And all of a sudden, you can see the world in a whole different light. And now you see things that were possible that you didn't even know were possible. But they've been right in front of you this entire time, but you didn't allow yourself to see it because you're so hung up on, I can't, I don't have the money, I don't know how, all these things. When you can remove that negative self-talk, and go from, I don't know how, or I don't know where, or I don't know who, or I don't have the money, to just focusing on the what do I need? What do I know I need and must do in order to accomplish this? It's like the world is going to open up and things are going to show up in your life that you would have never even imagined. Not by magic, but by intention. Because the moment you put your attention and your intention on something, your energy flows to it. It's like an energy charge to that particular thing because all your energy and your attention, your work, your intention goes in that direction. So I'm going to share with you a little bit about what I'm talking about. Okay. So for example, let's just say, okay, that, where are you? And you're looking at your business. Okay. Cause numbers are so easy to they're very to count, to hold to account. So let's say you picked your business. Okay. So you're going to go, okay, where am I in my business? So, and you start to write down. So one of the things I wrote down is that where am I with my business? I'm happy, but I'm content, but I'm not happy. Like, I know that I can do more. I know that. And so I started writing down, where am I? And I started complaining a little bit. I'm going to admit, and I stopped myself. I'm like, okay, hold up. What are the facts? Like, this is why I love this thing that we have on our app, which is like a digital diary, if you will, that literally asks you questions where instead of you going to your feelings, you become very practical about it. But anyway, so write down, like, where am I? And so I started to write down, okay, this is how many clients I have, this is how much money I'm making, like just the facts, right? And then I started to go, okay, where do you want to be? And I started to write down my other goals and like, I want to be here by the end of the year. I want to have this. And I started to write down all these things that I want to have by the end of the year. And then I started to think about, okay, what's missing? And I got to be honest with you, I started thinking, well, what's missing, if I had, it would make a difference, would be I'm missing better time management. I am missing a little more structure with my day, right? I'm missing me being able to say no to the unnecessary things that I know I don't need to do and that are only taking my time away from them. And they're also a little bit of a distraction. And so I need to, what else is missing? I'm missing a more clear plan when it comes to my finances. So I started writing all the things that I was missing. Okay. Then I said, what do I know I need and must do? And I'm laughing, okay, if you're here on YouTube, I am laughing because at the beginning, I'm like, well, I know that what I need to do is be consistent. And I know what I must do is hire is talk to my my financial advisor and my tax preparer on getting all my finances and my taxes in order. What I know I need to do is, and I started going down the list, and I got to tell you, I literally did it like that, like a little bit of it with an attitude. Because here's the thing, these are things that I know that I have known that I've needed to do for quite some time. But like, and I don't know, maybe I'm the only one, okay? But it's like we know, but a lot of the times because that's not fun, I don't want to do it. Right? Like I'm a total, if you know the gems, I'm a sapphire ruby. So like I like competitive, but I like to have fun. So the thought of getting all my tax stuff ready and all my tax stuff in order, I'm like, oh my gosh, I really don't want to do it. But I know that's what's something that's missing. And that's something that I must do because otherwise I don't have a clear measurement of where are we in our finances. If I don't send all my paperwork to my accountant, he cannot see my P&Ls. He cannot see the profits and losses. Like, how am I doing? Right. So these are things that I know I need and must do. And I should probably even put it on there for your notes. It's like, and that I am resisting and that I'm resisting doing for whatever reason, that I need to do in order to accomplish my goal. So I invite you to do this in all 4 domains. Do it with your body. Like, where are you? Where do you want to be? What's missing? And what do you know you need and must do in order to accomplish those body goals? Same thing with your spirituality. Same thing with your relationships. Same thing with your business. Like, look at all the 4 domains that matter to you and start to ask yourself these 4 questions on each domain. So I'm sharing this because one of the things I really am not committed to, and I actually texted my husband when I was at Dana Point, I was like, I'm sitting here reviewing my goals for the first 6 months. And I have to tell you, like, I'm a little bit disappointed in myself. Have I made progress? Yes. Have I moved the needle? Yes. Have I done some work? Yes. But am I where I thought I would be by the beginning of 2024? Am I where I thought I would be by the middle of 2024? And the answer is no. I thought I was going to be further ahead. I thought there was going to be other things that would have happened that haven't happened, other things that, that I really thought by now they would have been handled. And I'm telling you, when I did this, it put me in such a space of 2 things. Number one, when you do this, when you look at your goals and you look and you self-evaluate, where are you by the middle of the year? 2 things can happen. Number one, you can fall into this victimhood, like, oh my gosh, why me? Poor me. And you can fall into the area of being a victim. And I have to be honest with you, I kind of fell a little bit in that slope. But lucky for me, I have so much self-awareness. I like snapped myself out of it. I was like, no, hold on. Or, okay, so I'm gonna tell you what works for me. Okay. And then maybe I'll share what I see some other people do. But for me, I either become a victim or I get angry. And I get angry for me means I get uncomfortable. I get like a little bit of a like, come on, Carla, what's going on? Like a little bit of like an angry in a good way. Like I'm upset with myself in the sense that I know that I can do better. I know that I am better. So this feeling of, my gosh, I let myself down, not in a bad way, not in a way that I'm punishing myself, but in a way to wake me up. But see, that's what works for me. Okay. Like that's what works for me. How do I say this? Like I do good with putting myself under pressure. Now I know not everybody's like that. So like, what is your winning formula? And if you don't know what it is, go back to episode number 2, listen to that episode. It's one of my best episodes. I think that almost everybody loves. And that is, what is your winning formula? So when you look at that and you look at your goals and you look at where you are today compared to where you thought you would be, are you on track? Are you ahead of the game or are you off track? And when we did this at Dana Point, I was like, I'm off track. And I had this feeling of being upset and all these things came to me. I'm off track because of this, because of that, and I started to fall into that slope of victimhood. But I stopped myself and I'm like, hold up. Okay, let's see. I have 2 choices. I can either A, continue to do what I have been doing for the last 6 months and hope and cross my fingers that something's going to change. Or I can take a look and say, look, this is what I've been doing. I thought I was doing okay. Apparently, I'm not on track. What's missing? Who can I reach out to? Who can I hire to help me finish the year strong. Because if I do nothing and if I keep doing the same thing that I'm doing right now, guess what? I'm going to get the same result come next month and the following month and the following month. And next thing you know, here's December, and I'm in the exact same place as I finished the year in the exact same place as I started the year. And I messaged my husband. I said, this is not acceptable. I am not going to finish the year the same way that I started it. I am completely off track on certain goals that I set for myself. And I am determined and I am ready to make the necessary changes and pivots and to make the necessary moves to make sure I set myself up to win. So I am going to encourage you as we're wrapping this up here today. I am going to encourage you to think about this for yourself. I want you to think about, hopefully you wrote down your goals for 2024, and I want you to go back and look at them. Look at what you set out for yourself and then ask yourself, where am I? Am I ahead of the game? Am I on track or am I off track? And I encourage you as you look at that to don't do it from a place of like punishment or beating yourself up, but instead do it from a place of like just stopping, analyzing, evaluating, assessing, so that then you can see, okay, do I need to continue to do what I'm doing? Or do I need to make some changes? Do I need to make some pivots? Like, what do I need to do in order to finish the year strong? Now, from there, what I ask myself is, okay, I need to do this, 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 this. Great. Now, I'm going to ask myself, who do I need to be? What new beliefs do I need to set for myself? What new stories do I need to tell myself? What new rules and what new laws do I need to put in place in order for me to make sure that I can execute on these things? Because here's the thing. We know what we need to do. So for example, if you want to save $100,000 in the year, or let's just say $12,000, you know you need to put aside $1,000 a month. That's $250 a week. But do you do it? Yes or no? And we know what we need to do, but what needs to shift is our belief. Because maybe you believe that it's more important to go to the grocery store and buy a bunch of things that you don't need, right? And then there goes now that extra income that you were going to set aside every single day, that extra $50 you were going to set aside every single day to save to be able to have $1,000 for the month, $12,000 for the year. So sometimes we need to, not sometimes, we always need to shift our identity and shift our belief in order for us to take the actions that we know we need to take. Because that's what's holding us back. We're not taking the actions that we know we need to take because we're not altering the belief that we have. And because we have the old belief, we have the old actions. And if you're stuck, those beliefs that you have right now have you stuck. And unless we change those beliefs, unless we alter that reality, you're going to continue to be stuck. So I'm going to encourage you, as you're listening to this, I'm going to encourage you to really think about, where are you right now? Where are you? And be real and raw with yourself. Where are you when it comes to your body? And where do you want to be? How do you want to finish the year? What's missing? In order for you to go from A to B, what's missing? And then what do you know you need and must do in order to make that happen, in order to accomplish those goals? If you can start to think about that for your body, for your spirituality, for your relationship, for your business, and you then evaluate, okay, like, what do I need to do to make this happen? And start to look at, like, I need to do this and do this. Okay, now, who do I need to become? What do I need to think about? What are the new beliefs I need to adapt? What are the beliefs or the thoughts that I've been telling myself for the last 6 months that have me, in this case for me, not where I thought I would be by now? Because that's really what has us being where we are, is our belief system, our mental blueprint, the thoughts we tell ourselves. So I share all this with you in hopes that you'd start to think about, where are you right now? Where are you in the 4 areas of your life? And where do you want to be? And what's missing? And what do you know you need and must do in order to accomplish that goal? What are the things you need to do? And then think about, what is the new belief system that I need to put in place? What are the new laws and rules and stories that I need to set for myself? Because who you are today is not going to get you to that result that you want for tomorrow. Now, if there's anything I can do to support you with any of this, you know where to reach me. If you don't, it's wakeupandunleash.com. We have all kinds of programs for you. We have one that's a self-paced program that you literally can do on your own. And then there's office hours that go along with that where you have access to me. And then there is a mastermind where this mastermind is really designed to have you be part of a group that's all like geared towards winning and is going to allow you to like have like your board of directors, if you will, to bounce ideas off from and to be able to get feedback, etc. And I told the group the other day, I said, you know what? Here's what I want you to write down. We're going to start the class with this concept, and that is that proximity is power. If you want to have power in your life, and I say this every week, it is huge. It makes a huge difference who you are around. Who do you have at your corner? Who is in your ear? The better you understand that that is a huge factor for the way that your life is right now, you'll wake up and say like, okay, I need a new group. I need to surround myself with different people. I need to get around a different source of energy in order for me to have a different result. So if there's anything I can do to support you with that, please reach out. You can go to wakeupandunleash.com, or you can go on Instagram, Carla Boss Lady. That's Carla with the K, Boss Lady. Or you can go to Wake Up and Unleash, also on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. Okay. So with that said, you guys, I hope you find this helpful, and I really invite you to stop. Think about where are you right now when it comes to all the goals that you set for yourself up at the beginning of the year. And if you're on track, fantastic. But if you're not on track, I invite you to stop and think about what needs to shift for the next 6 weeks in order for you to finish the year strong. So with that said, you guys, like I tell you every week, I show up for you. My only request is that you send this to 3 to 4 people to share this podcast with. Let them know about this podcast. This is how we get the word out, is by sharing it and posting it. So if you can do that, I would greatly appreciate it. And if there's anything that I could do for you, reach out. There's so many things that you can join with our community to make a difference in your life. All right. With that said, may God bless you, and we'll see you next week. And don't forget to wake up and unleash that person you have inside. Have a blessed day.